Hello, hello! Here we are at one of Athens' most interesting and unusual, as you can see in the background, something that you're not used to seeing in Attica. And a lot of people, locals included, don't know about this spot. It's the Pyrgos Vasilissis, the Queen's Tower. I'm here with the guide at Pyrgos Vasilissis, one of the guides who's the English guide. Her name is Alex Leeds, and she's also the manager of the stable area. And she's going to be taking us through this wonderful, incredible space, which used to be Queen Amalia's summer palace and has also become an incredible place for agro-tourism. Isn't that right? Because Queen Amalia was very, very much into agriculture, and this was actually one of the most modern and original agricultural spots in Athens that she invested in, just like she did with the National Gardens, bringing plant varieties from all over the world and creating this incredible garden that we can enjoy today. So except for the agricultural side, which we're going to be looking at as well, you'll see this incredible architecture. I'll be showing you all that, and Mrs. Leeds is going to be telling us all the history and culture behind this wonderful spot. So right now, if you could just tell us where we're standing exactly.
Okay, so we're standing in front of the Queen's Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Amalia in 1848 came across this beautiful piece of land, and she decided that she wanted to create a farm to introduce agriculture and farming to the local people. She bought 625 acres of land, and in 1854 the Queen's Tower was built. King Otto, who was the first king of Greece, only visited the tower on the opening day, and this is why it became the name Pyrgos Vasilissis, the Queen's Tower. In 1862, King Otto and Queen Amalia were exiled out of Greece. In 1870, King Otto died, and Queen Amalia sold the estate to Baron Sinar. Baron Sinar was a diplomat who lived outside of Greece but never actually visited the estate. In 1912, the estate was sold to George Paquis. George Paquis had two daughters, Lavria and Eleni. On George Paquis' passing, the estate was handed down to his two daughters. Lavria married Fernando Serpieri. Eleni sold her half share of the estate to her sister Lavria, leaving Lavria and Fernando Serpieri the full owners of the estate. In 1931, the first company was made, and over the years, the company has remained in the Serpieri family, evolving over the generations. Today, the owner is Johnny Serpieri, and he is of the 5th generation.
And where is he living now?
He lives here on the estate.
Oh, he actually lives here on the estate?
He lives here on the estate, yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about the architecture of this beautiful building and all the buildings we're going to be seeing?
So the Queen's Tower was built in 1854 by the French architect Boulanger. It is made in a Gothic style, and it is on a smaller replica of King Otto's family home in Bavaria, Germany. It has 4 floors. It has a cellar, a ground floor, a first floor, and an attic. The cellar and the attic were only used for insulation purposes.
And there's also some incredible statues and artworks around the gardens here.
The statues that we can see, along with an ancient tomb that I will be showing you soon, were found in the foundations of the first Serpieri family household, and not to be destroyed, they were bought here.
Can we have a look inside?
Of course we can, yes. Let's go and have a look.
So here we are in Ilion at the Queen's Tower, the Pyrgos Vasilissis, and people can organize their tours here privately, is that right?
Yes, we only do arranged English tours, and we do a lot of Greek tours during the week and also at weekends.
How large is the actual estate?
The estate now is 65 acres.
Wow. Look at that, gorgeous. Built in the Gothic style by the French architect Boulanger, François Boulanger. Now we're going to take a look inside.
So, straight away, as we can see, there was no electricity used in the days when Amalia was here. Candles were used to light the tower, and wooden stoves were used to heat the tower. We have added electricity to keep the humidity low. Now, because of the wooden stoves, the smoke caused an awful lot of damage, And if you look up here, in the right-hand corner, about 100 years ago, the restorers tried to start to repair and to reconstruct as it was in the days of Amelia. But they made these new sketches and colours, which we can see here, and we can also see in the corner over there by the window. Just over here you can see. After the big earthquake in 1999, some years later, we started to restore the tower again. A lot of damage was done, both inside and out. As the restorers peeled back the layers, they came across the original colours and sketches that Amelia designed herself.
Herself?
Herself. And the pictures that we see on the wall are all original. They have been collected from antique galleries all over Greece. The furniture that we see, unfortunately, is duplicate, as it was all destroyed after the war. Here we have a picture of King Otto. Over here we have a picture of Queen Amelia. Queen Amelia was greatly respected by the Greek women, and she inspired the way they dressed. We can see here, by opening up the V in the neckline much lower and much wider, and also introducing a small hat which she wore on her head, which if you were married was bigger.
Beautiful. And she was also a sportswoman, and she rode her horse around Attica.
Yes.
This is how she discovered this land.
That's how she found the land, exactly. Yes, she had a big passion for Arabian horses. Over here we have some paintings. We have here King Otto and Queen Amelia riding on horseback through the Parthenon. And also the picture below is King Otto riding through Nafplio, which was the first city in Greece. Shall we make our way upstairs?
Yes.
I have to ask you to take off your shoes.
Okay.
Because you're going to understand why you're going to get up there.
Okay.
The staircase, the central of the staircase, is actually made from a whole conifer tree.
Wow. The whole thing.
The whole trunk. You can see in front of you, the reason we took our shoes off, because of this beautiful handmade floor. This method dates back to the 16th century, where many types of materials were used in a jigsaw style. Here, it's being used only with wood, with many different colours, shapes and types of wood. Over here, we have King Otto's coat of arms. King Otto was from Bavaria. We can see the Greek cross with a Bavarian background and his crown, which is very highly lit up with jewels. This is Queen Amelia's coat of arms. She was the Princess of Oldenburg, so we can see the red and gold, which are her colours, and also the flag of Oldenburg. The chandelier that you can see hanging here and the candle holders are original. And then if you'd like to come into here, this was Queen Amelia's room. So nobody ever lived here in the tower. That's why we can see that there are no bedrooms, there's no kitchen, and there are no bathrooms.
So what was it used for?
It was only used for her to come and overlook the daily running of the estate. She would come here, she would meet up with her friends and have a cup of tea. She would ride her horse from the palace here, and it would take about half an hour. Nowadays, it would take probably about 3 hours. So she would rest and she would lay down here and gaze up at her beautiful husband. You can see that in here, the ceiling is much lower, and it's been made to look like wood, to make it feel much more warmer and cozier. Over here, we have a hidden door.
Oh, hold on. hidden door. I love
hidden door.
doors.
You see, there's no frame, and it totally blends in to the wall. From the other side, we have a second hidden door, which is here. This was so that the ladies in waiting could bring Queen Amelia's dresses, put them into her closet, and Queen Amelia could retrieve them from the privacy of her own room. Okay, shall we go downstairs?
Yeah. So where are we going to go now?
Now we're going to go to the stables, and then we're going to make our way down to the vineyard.
Okay. So the vineyard is actually producing wine still.
Yes, yes, of course.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? The agricultural side of this space.
Well, Queen Amelia, she was the one who bought the first vines here. Now, when she had the vineyard, now the vineyard is 10 acres, and it is down the bottom of the estate. When Queen Amelia was here, it was 45 acres, and it was right over the other side, where's Parco Trizzi now. We will go down to the vineyard, and I can show you the different grapes that we make our wine. This is one of the stable yards.
How many horses do you have here?
We have 20 horses.
Wow.
We have around 10 that live out and 10 that live inside. We have horses from many different European countries, from England, from France, from Belgium, from Germany. That's Zivago saying hello.
Hello!
Our stables are rented out. We are not a riding school here. The majority of our horses are competition horses. The horses that live outside are retired competition horses. The horses go to competitions every weekend. They exercise twice a day. We have a treadmill that you're going to see in a minute, and we have an arena where we work them. And plus we put them out into the fields as much as we possibly can to let them have their freeness and to run free and
Wonderful.
Enjoy life.
So no one can come and ride the horses here?
No, we're not a school, but I do. We organise pony rides on a Sunday, but I have 2 small ponies, and we do it, but just for very small children,
Yes.
sort of under 6 or 7 years old. Another stable.
Yes.
You can see here the horse has just finished working, so we're just cleaning him off before he goes back to the stable.
Gorgeous. Who's this horse?
This is Ken.
Ken. Hello, Ken.
He is from Holland. Is he from Holland or is he from Belgium? From Belgium.
Belgium.
So all these horses are competition horses. They attend most weekends competitions.
Where are these competitions?
In Garibaldi, Marussi, Marcopolo, different areas. Over there on the right it's Blue, and on the left is Didi.
Hello, Blue and Didi. Oh, they're so beautiful.
And over here we have Interfix.
Who?
Interfix.
Interfix.
Yeah, careful with the horse behind.
Oh, okay. Hello, Interfix. Beautiful.
So we will continue our walk now down to the vineyard. So as we said, Queen Amelia had a great love for nature. She had many trees imported in, such as palm trees, olive trees, pistachio trees, mulberry trees, many ornamental plants as well. She also had many animals imported in, such as cattle, sheep, Arabian horses, pigs, and she also had silkworms to live on the mulberry trees so that we could produce silk then. She was even given a giraffe as a wedding present.
A giraffe?
Yes.
By whom?
I'm not sure, to be honest, but so the story goes. So she chose this particular area because the whole land was surrounded by 6 natural hills, which she named after the Argonauts. A 7th natural and man-made hill was done, which she named Epidalifos, which means 7 hills. And this is the name of our wine today. She also designed the gardens. The gardens are very similar of the National Gardens in the centre of Athens, near to the Parliament, which was then her palace. She also gave 120 acres of land to a nearby area in Liossa to make an area for the workers to live.
Ooh.
She also made stables, she made storage houses, and also there was 2 natural wells. We can see here the olive trees in front of us. We harvest the olives every 2 years. They don't need any watering. Nature's way, naturally, if you look at the trunk of the tree, you can see that it slightly turns in a clockwise manner. And this is nature's way of keeping the rainwater and the humidity inside to keeping them watered.
Wow.
Here we have a couple of ponies that we do the pony rides with.
Oh, they're in the distance.
And this one on the right, Berta, she's a retired show jumper who's living her life of luxury now.
Oh, wow. Lucky Berta to be living here.
Okay, we can make our way down.
And as I see, there's lots of children here, so you have
do.
regular school excursions over
have
here.
Excursions nearly every day, every weekday.
Oh, every day?
Yes, yes. A lot of children come and see the place. And at different times of the year, they learn about different things. For example, October, November, when we harvest the olives, they learn about this. July, August, they will learn about the vineyard. Different areas of education, depending on the time of the year.
And until what age groups?
All ages.
All ages?
All ages. We have schools, we have universities, many, many different ages. Over here on the right-hand side, we can see an ancient tomb. Now this was found in inside the tree there.
Ah, let's go and look at it.
So this was found in the foundations.
Yes!
Again, of the first Serpieri family. It had no significance, so it was brought here, not to be destroyed. As far as we know, it is empty.
Empty? What do you mean as far as you know?
As far as we know.
No one's ever dared to open it.
I think it'd be a bit difficult to open. So over here on the right-hand side, we have almond trees. Unfortunately, we don't get to see any of the nuts because the parrots eat them all.
The parrots?
The parrots. Now we have thousands and thousands of parrots. They came here about 30 years ago when an African container was held in customs. They were released into the air and they found their way here.
That's amazing.
Over the years, they have grown very much in both size and in population. And we can distinguish the male parrot because it has a black ring around its neck. And you see them first thing in the morning and later on in the afternoon. The trees are full of them, and especially the palm trees that we have in front of the tower. Unfortunately, many of the palm trees have been destroyed because when we had the Olympics in 2004, many palm trees were brought in from Egypt carrying a diseased black beetle, which spread around to all the palm trees and destroyed so many of them.
Yes.
We have a few, but we have lost a lot.
What a shame.
So over here is our vineyard. Our vineyard is 10 acres and it is about 25 years old. We produce both red and white wine. We have 6 different varieties of grapes. We have 2 Greek white grapes called Maralusia and Loditis. We have 2 French white grapes called Chardonnay and Sauvignon Blanc. And we have also 2 red French grapes, which is Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot.
And people can organize wine tastings here?
We do with our tour. We do a guided tour of the estate, and it's concluding with wine tasting, where we try 4 different wines, and they're accompanied with some very nice homemade cheese pies, a variety of cheeses. So it's a very nice way to finish it. So the road that we're walking on now is the road that Queen Amelia would have used when she was coming from her palace to visit the tower. She would have come in this direction. The olive trees which we see lining the road are from the days of Amelia. These are the oldest trees that we have on the estate.
So now we're going to the winery.
Now we're going to go to the winery, yes. So here we are in our winery. We produce 15,000 litres of wine per year. That's around 17,000 bottles. We produce both red and white wine. So this is our red wine, which is called Eptalafos, which I said was the name of the 7th hill that Queen Amalia made.
And can people find this in any good wine cavas?
Our wine is only sold here and in one cava in Kolonaki.
Right.
Because we don't have such a large production.
How about online?
Online, yes, it can be found online.
Okay.
This is a red wine. Red wine is from the year 2014. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon with Merlot. And we also have 3 white wines. Would you like me to show you?
Mm-hmm.
We have... Here is our Ilion wine, which is the name of the area that we are in now. Here is Eptalafos, our white wine. The Eptalafos is Chardonnay. The Ilion is 70% Loditis and 30% Sauvignon Blanc. And we have also Malvasia. All our white wines are from last year, from 2018.
Wonderful. So you've been taken through an incredible tour of the Pyrgos Vasilissis, the Queen's Tower, which was Queen Amalia's summer abode, her base, let's say, not her abode exactly, where she had this incredible land full of all the things you've seen. And thank you very, very much again to Alex Leeds, who's been a wonderful guide, very, very informative and very inspiring as well. And I really recommend that whether you live in Athens or you're just popping by, even for a few days, to come and visit here, arrange a tour. You have to arrange it beforehand. You can find out all the info through the website. I'm going to also be including it in my article. And it's only about half an hour's drive, isn't it, from the centre of town?
It's only about half an hour's drive, and also from the Port of Piraeus. It's very accessible, both from the centre and from the port. So a very nice idea for tourists.
Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome.
Bye.
Bye.